Morning, guys. Can you tell I just woke up? Tell you what, it's blooming cold, and so I put me jacket on and kept my hoodie on, and a shaver. Got myself a nice big cup of tea, and I've got the heating on in the house, but it takes a while. It comes on and off, doesn't it? So the house is warmish, but it's still cold. Obviously, we're in England, Southwest UK. So welcome to my show, Defending Elvis, the most dramatic YouTube channel in the world. So I thought I'd just chill out here with you guys, have a cup of tea, probably a coffee as well. I wanted to play this yesterday. It's a Larry Geller interview. It's on. I found it on a YouTube channel called Ostige TV, which looks like a great YouTube channel. And Please subscribe to it. This looks to me like it was aired 4 years ago. I think the interview is 9 years ago. Not 100% sure. Let me get my earphones plugged in so we don't echo. So it is a very touching video concerning Elvis, and Elvis, you know, private conversation with Larry concerning his plans for the future. It's Let's just listen to it. It's called here and recalls the day Elvis died and the dreams he shared. Okay, let's do it. Just so you know, the kids are asleep, the wife's asleep, the whole house is asleep. It is early in the morning, 6:43 a.m. So you never know. Someone could come down. It's not a long show. Obviously, we have to do a reaction to this. So we will be stopping and starting. We have no choice. It's YouTube's rules. For me to play this, I have to stop, commentate. It's like put commentary, and we go from there. But I like stopping and starting. I think I like to have a chat about what we're listening to, what we're hearing in this interview.
You know Elvis died. Elvis wanted to go to Hollywood and make movies again. He said, I'm going to let go of, and he named all the guys that were going to be fired. Three.
So 1 second, guys. It starts into it straight away. So of course we know Elvis was frustrated with his movie career. It didn't work out for him. Started great, but it just didn't go the way he wanted it to go. I truly believe Elvis could have been a fantastic actor given the right roles. But I also love Elvis movies because I love watching him. I watched one last night actually before I went to bed, and I just think, imagine if Elvis was able to do the movies that he dreamed of doing. The whole James Dean, like um, the sort of Marlon Brando. I know he admired people like Paul Newman and Clint Eastwood as well. Even Clint Eastwood, one of the newer actors. Just wouldn't it have been amazing, yeah, if Elvis was given the right roles? His whole life would have taken a different trajectory. He always would have been this fantastic performer, because that's Elvis being who he was, the singer that he was. It was a duck to water. It was like breathing for him. So let's hear what Larry says. He touches on conversations he had with Elvis, but also the movies, of course. His aspirations for his future concerning his career.
4 people were mentioned that were going to stay with him. And his father knew about it. And we made plans for months.
So I want to play that whole bit again without stopping, okay? Hang on a minute. The reason I want to play it is because here we go, guys. It's because, you know, Elvis was going to reduce his group. He was going to reduce the people around him. Yeah. So listen to what Larry says. Just so you know, guys, I have spoke to Larry before on Messenger. I messaged him, told him I thought he had been a brilliant friend to Elvis. And Larry replied saying, that means the world to me, and thanked me. Yeah. So I have had a brief sort of interaction with Larry. I am a fan of Larry Geller. I think he's great. The fact that he was a spiritual man, and his hairdresser and close friend, very close friend. And there's some very good interviews out there of Larry just after Elvis passed as well. I'll see if I can find it for you guys.
You know Elvis died. Elvis wanted to go to Hollywood and make movies again. He said, I'm going to let go of, and he named all the guys that were going to be fired. 4 people were mentioned that were going to stay with him. And his father knew about it, and we made plans for months. He said, Larry, I don't want to be on pills anymore. I know I messed up. I let it go too long. I know my health has gone down the drain. I haven't been exercising. I want to go on your diet. We'll go to Hawaii to that. We went on a little trip for about a week to Hawaii, and Elvis leased a home, and it was great.
So Elvis was fed up with the prescription medication. He knew it wasn't working out. Yeah. Come on, guys. We know that there was a bit of self-medicating going on, but at the same time, we must remember how sick Elvis was. I think on our show, Defending Elvis, we have proved Elvis was bloody sick. The last few years of his life, he was in a lot of pain and discomfort. Yeah, every day was a struggle. Yeah, remember he had extreme insomnia, could not sleep, and had had it his whole life. So when people just try to portray Elvis as just some junkie, it's so unfair. It's so unfair. As soon as you look beneath the surface and understand Elvis's health problems and his insomnia and his pain and the different medical problems that he had, you understand why he relied so much on prescription medication. People do self-medicate a bit, don't they? If you're in a lot of pain. It's like I had a toothache for a few days. It's not here today. You want to take some painkillers, don't you? You want to get rid of that pain. And sometimes if it says you're only supposed to take 2, you'll take 3, 4 to try and get rid of the pain. Elvis was no different. He was in a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort. He turned to his doctors for help. His doctors prescribed medication. Yeah, so it's a vicious circle, isn't it? You've got Elvis wants to get better, wants to fix himself, wants to heal his body, wants to be able to get through the day, wants to sleep, wants to get rid of the discomfort. Obviously, Elvis had colon problems, very, very uncomfortable. Yeah. So at this point in Elvis's life, when he's talking to Larry, it's like, come on, we need to get rid of the pills. They're not doing me any good. I need to get back to my old self, start exercising more. But Elvis, through his life, vigorously exercised. And if you look at Elvis through the 50s and 60s and early 70s, he looks great. He looks trim and fit and healthy. So it shows you that he would always prepare for whatever he was going to do, whether it was making a movie or doing a concert tour. Elvis would get ready for it. He would, I've heard different members of the Memphis Mafia discuss it. He would take on a regime, a tough regime of getting fit, losing weight, being fighting fit, ready to perform, ready to make the movie. Yeah. So let's keep going.
And he laughed and he felt good. He said, we'll lease that house and we're going to stay there until I get healthy again. And we're going to watch movies every day. And we're going to come up with an idea for a movie and hire screenwriters to craft movies that are right for me.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Yeah. He was planning it with Lara. I love it.
And I'm not going to sing in some of them later down the line, but I'm going to prove to the world that I'm an actor like a Brando or a Dean or these other guys.
Oh, I love it. Love it. Come on, guys. That's why I'm playing this. I've only actually watched one half of this. It's like Elvis there chatting with his mate Larry, who cut his hair way back. Even the story how Larry met Elvis concerning cutting his hair is amazing. I've done a few videos about it. We'll probably cover it again. But could you imagine just being there, listening to that conversation Elvis and Larry are having about Elvis's future? So optimistic for the future. This is what Ginger Alden says. Yeah. Elvis was looking forward to the future. In fact, I spoke to Ginger Alden last night. She messaged me. She gave me some good advice about the drama we're having. Thank you, Ginger. Great advice. And I agree with what she said. She said she basically said, just ignore it. Don't be drawn in by it. Thank you, Ginger. Very simple advice from Ginger Alden. Ginger Alden's talking to Louis, defending Elvis. The guy in the kitchen, Elvis's last girlfriend, Elvis's fiance, is talking to me. She didn't have to. She didn't have to talk to me. And she just said, don't let the drama draw you in. So thank you, Ginger. You know that I'm a massive fan of yours. But let's keep going, guys.
Like Steve McQueen. And he really loved Clint Eastwood and Paul Newman.
Oh, these are all my favorites. All of them. I loved Paul Newman. I loved Steve McQueen, honestly.
He mentioned them. So now it's August the 16th. It was about 12:30 at night. And we're leaving on tour that afternoon. And Elvis decided he wanted to go to the dentist. Okay. Elvis is strange things at strange hours. So he said to Joe Esposito and myself, you guys rent a movie when I come back. And we said, Elvis, what are you talking about? You won't go back to 1 o'clock. We can't go to the movies. We're going to Portland, Maine. He said, no, I want to see just one movie. Okay, whatever Elvis wanted, Elvis got. He went to the dentist. Joe and I got on the phones, and it turned out the projectionist got sick with the flu. And Joe and I looked at each other, great. Can't go to the movies. We don't want to go. We don't want Elvis to go. He shouldn't have. So Elvis came back about an hour and a half later. He walked in. I can't even believe I'm telling you this. I'll tell you anyway.
Sorry, guys, distracted, but we're back. Carry on. Let's carry on. I hope he said something good.
Because the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. And I swore to God, to Elvis Presley, that I would tell the world the truth about his life. He asked me to.
I love that. There's so much passion and power in that. You know, we love Larry. One thing I can say about Larry, who's bloody loyal to Elvis, yeah? A true friend, yeah? This is the problem we've had, you know? Don't forget, we're trying to run Elvis, defending Elvis Presley, our channel, our YouTube channel, me, Team Elvis, Elvis Defenders, from around the world. We come together to defend Elvis. We're trying to do it in a different way because we're trying to get away from the drama. So this is why we've called it, we've changed our name, Defending Elvis Presley, with a forgiving heart, because we must find a way to bring up these awkward topics, you know, where people have let him down. Yeah, not Larry. Larry has been loyal. We must find a way to discuss these topics without falling out with these people. So this is our struggle at the moment. I have been posting some replays lately. So some of the replays are showing how we were before we changed our name, before we sort of rebranded ourselves. So unfortunately, in some of the replays, some awkward topics are coming up. I just want to say that I'm going to carry on doing the replays. I'm enjoying doing them as we try and reopen our channel. You know, obviously we've had a situation with people trying to shut us down with strikes, trying to sort of take away our freedom of speech, which has been a problem. I'm dealing with that behind the scenes with YouTube's legal department. Part of that process is I've had to shut down half the channel to fight off people using my videos to try and give us strikes. So slowly we're opening up the channel and launching these replays. So we will, in some of those replays, we are you'll see some of the way we used to defend before we sort of changed our direction. I still stand by all my opinions. I haven't changed them. I just feel that we need a better way to discuss it. Yeah. So moving forward, you know, defending Elvis Presley with a forgiving heart. I like the name. Joe Sins from Rare Elvis Photos helped me pick that name, believe it or not, with a beautiful message that he sent me concerning how we run the channel and what our channel is about, the backlash we're getting. So that's it, guys. Let's keep going.
April 25th, 1977. And he said, man, Hollywood never got me. The media, they never got me. Some of my fans don't know certain things.
See, I understand that in so many ways. Yeah, Elvis was just misunderstood. I think that happens with me and my channel, with us. I think we're very misunderstood. But with Elvis, there was so much more to Elvis than the image that was out there. Obviously, we know how amazing he was, his beautiful talent, yeah, his beautiful singing ability and how he looked. But the real true man was very different than the image, yeah. He really was a pure Christian man, a very spiritual man, a man searching for truth, for purpose, for his why me question that he always had. A man who wanted to change the world, help the world, a man who had the ability to be a fantastic movie star, 100%. I really do think Elvis could have gone on to amazing things, yeah. A man who loved his country. I know that people joke about it, but Elvis had the ability to be a president. If you compare him to Ronald Reagan, innit? Elvis was amazing. He was very, very smart. Truly loved his country. The true Elvis. I don't think the world got to see the true Elvis concerning what he was capable of. They saw. It's obvious he was a gentleman, a kind man, a generous man, a Christian man, a gifted man, a beautiful man. But there was so much more to Elvis. And I think this is what Larry's trying to say. And don't forget, Larry was deep into spirituality. Yeah. So when Elvis met Larry, he met someone he could relate to, someone who could show him the way forward, which is why Elvis was always surrounded by his books. Yeah. Wherever he went, he would take his books with him. So even Ginger Alden, we've been covering her chapter 5 of her book, Elvis and Ginger. She talks about how Elvis was surrounded by his books and would read to her, teach her. Yeah, not just religious books, the Bible, Christianity, but spiritual books, even the numerology books. Elvis was a searcher, you know. So fascinating. A very, very smart man, Elvis.
I want them to know that I'm a spiritual person, because the world doesn't know I'm spiritual. They'll never get me. Spiritual. Listen to his music. He was the most spiritual person I ever met. I've met a lot of people. The door opened and Elvis walked in. He has a jumpsuit on, big belts, one of his big belts. sunglasses. He took sunglasses off, and I'm standing about 7, 8 feet away, and he looked at me, and he went like this. He put his glasses on, and he walked upstairs. My heart sank. So much was communicated to me at that moment. I was freaked out. I went in the other room and I sat down, and the next thing I knew, someone was shaking me. Larry, Elvis is on the phone, he wants you. He was upstairs. So he said, Larry. I said, Elvis. And when I heard his voice, it was so bizarre, because he sounded really beautiful and young and buoyant. He said, Larry, what do you think? And he started laughing. And I started laughing. You know, when someone laughs, it becomes infectious almost, and you start laughing. I don't know, Elvis, what do you think? Yeah, you tell me. And we started laughing. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's all right. Because, I felt so bad when he shook his head. He was communicating something to me. He said, well, I think is you should get your ass out of the chair and come upstairs. We have so much to talk about.
Ha! Love it. Ginger said it. When Elvis was inviting her to the tour, she was shocked. Elvis said, get your ass over here. And she was like, ooh. It's funny.
I said, Elvis, you're right. And he sounded really young, like a 16-year-old kid. So it made me feel better. I said, Elvis, we do have a lot to talk about. He said, wait a minute. Did you bring those books? I said, Elvis, are you kidding? Did I bring you books? I said, yeah, I brought the books. He said, well, all right, we'll come upstairs, let's talk. I said, no, Elvis, I'm going to go to my room, I'm going to get some sleep. You need to get some sleep. I said, we're going on tour tomorrow. We'll be together every day. I have to take care of your hair tomorrow. I have to color it. He said, all right. Okay, Larry, if that's what you think. I said, I'll see you tomorrow, Elvis. When you wake up, believe me, I'll be there. He said, okay. But Lawrence, he said, I want you to remember one thing. He was quoting from one of the books. Elvis had memorized passages that would blow your mind. He knew the book The Prophet by heart. When he made movies, he would read the script once, twice, three. He knew his lines. There were times when the co-star was in a scene with Elvis. She would drop her lines, and Elvis would whisper her line to her. He knew their lines.
I love that. He obviously had the ability, the memory ability, to learn everyone's lines. I've read this many times. Elvis knew everyone's lines. That even in his first movie role, he was so excited and very like overwhelmed by the whole thing that he just knew everyone's lines. I find that amazing.
At any rate, Elvis said to me, Lawrence, don't forget, angels fly because they take themselves so lightly. Angels fly because they take themselves so lightly.
Oh, that's beautiful. Think about it. That is so beautiful.
It's the last thing he ever said to me.
It means a lot, doesn't it? Angels fly because they take themselves so lightly. I get it. I completely get that.
Last time.
It's the last thing he ever said to Larry. So I'm realizing that he's telling us about his last conversation with Elvis, which just makes it even more special. Everything that he said, Elvis optimistic about the future, about his movie career, plans to reduce the people around him, to reduce the pills, to get off the pills. Yeah. This is what Ginger Alden has always said. I feel sorry for Ginger Alden. She gets a hard time. Yeah. People doubt her in so many ways, but she was with Elvis. They were engaged. they were going to get married, but she was there with him the day he died. So Elvis chose to be with Ginger. He did. So and Ginger has always disagreed with many of the people that were close to Elvis and said no, he wasn't this junkie. He crawled up in a ball in bed, crying his eyes out, depressed, hating life, waiting to die. He was very optimistic, looking forward to the future, excited about the upcoming tour, also planning his future with Larry Geller. He's discussing it with Larry Geller, the movie, getting off the pills, exercising. Get it? Yeah. There is a different Elvis that the world needs to know about, not this unfair portrayal that has come out in these very trashy books. There's some pretty trashy books, isn't there? Even from people that were very close to Elvis. Larry is giving us an inside fly on the wall look at what was happening. Ginger Alden did the same thing. Elvis has been very unfairly portrayed, she would say, and she's been saying it since the 70s. Yeah, there's an alternate Elvis that should have been in all the newspapers, all the tabloids, in the books, on the different interviews and news clips and magazines of the times, you know, the news clips that would be released. Terrible, negative news clips. But really, Elvis, close to his death, was excited for the future, wanted to get better, wanted to get fitter. Get it? Yeah. Remember, he was only 42. It wasn't too late. Yeah. It's very possible he would have married Ginger and had children. Yeah. And Larry gives us a taste of that. So does Ginger.
Whoever spoke. I went to my room, and I remember I took my clothes off and I got in bed and I had a book to read. And my phone rang. It was Al Strada, one of Elvis's aides. Larry, Elvis wants his books. He wants those books you brought. All right.
But you know what? I'd love to do a thing on Al Strada, but there's nothing out there. I've looked. There's nothing out there from Al Strada. He seems like one of the good guys, one of the ones that was loyal. Please, if anyone has anything concerning Al Strada, please send it me.
I have to get dressed. I said, Al, I'm in bed. He said, all right, I'll come and I'll get him. So he came. It was very nice of him. Came with 3 books. A couple hours later, Elvis's body was found on the floor with that book clutched to his chest. He was reading when he passed away. What went on at Graceland that afternoon, I'll never forget. Lisa Marie, she was 9 years old. I remember she put her hands on, and she said, you know, I can't believe it. Elvis Presley is dead. I was stunned. Wow. Vernon was a wreck.
So this is pretty heartbreaking, tough to listen to, guys. You know, I feel it. I don't know if you do watching. My heart skips a beat. I find this tough, okay? But let's play it.
We thought he was going to have a heart attack because he had a bad heart. And he said, come here, Larry, come here, come here. He put his arms around me. And the funeral director came over, Robert Kendall, and he and Vernon came up to me and said, Larry, you got to go and take care of Elvis's hair. You know how he's supposed to look? He would want you to do this. You got to do it, Larry. I said, of course I will, of course I will. And Robert told me where to go the next morning at 8 o'clock. And Charlie Hodge said, Larry, you can't go by yourself. You can't do this by yourself.
I mean, mean, it's so heartbreaking. The story of how Larry met Elvis and how the friendship that they struck up when Larry first cut Elvis's hair, because Larry was a celebrity hairdresser. He had cut hair of many famous people like Frank Sinatra, Burt Lancaster, people like that, just very well-known people. So when Larry first cuts Elvis's hair at Graceland, I don't think even for a second he would have thought that he would also be cutting Elvis's hair for his funeral, bearing in mind Elvis was 42. Yeah. So very sad, but let's keep going, guys.
You can't. I'll go with you as moral support. I said, okay, Charlie. So 8 o'clock in the morning, I went to the Memphis funeral home. Thousands of people outside the gate. They're all hanging. Nothing was being said by anyone. I just saw people crying. And all I heard was helicopters above me.
And you can imagine it, can't you, guys? It's like, whew. I mean, we've all seen the video footage. It's heartbreaking. The love for Elvis, the outpouring of love. Elvis. The only thing I can compare to that is, obviously we had it in England with Princess Diana. You guys had it with Kennedy. It's like, you imagine the impact Elvis had on people for that kind of reaction. I heard it was 80,000 people. That's just in Memphis. Imagine around the world. Yeah. I remember when Elvis passed. So sad. We miss him, don't we, guys? We miss him. We all wish that he'd lived till he was 80, 90, don't we? And then we were heartbroken by what Lisa went through. She comes up, Elvis Presley is dead. It's like a 9-year-old girl doesn't really know what to say. Poor Lisa. Poor Lisa. And the main person that protected her was Elvis. So sad.
It was so eerie. The media helicopters and a police helicopter. I'm led down this corridor, this brick corridor, and all I could hear is the sound of my heartbeat reverberating. Bum, 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 bum. And I look at the end, a room, I see a table. And I stopped in my track. I went like that. And this cop grabbed me by the arm. And I said, let me go. I'm all right. Because I knew what I had to do and I knew what I had to face. I walked into the room. There was a table with Elvis's body lying on it.
Can't even imagine, guys. Horrible.
Sheet up to here.
Imagine how Larry felt. Yeah, a close friend actually cut his hair.
I walked to this side of him. Charlie's on the other side. And I looked at that face. I looked at his nose, his eyes. I thought that will never, ever sing again. And I noticed a regrowth of gray hair everywhere. Thank God there was a female mortician. And I said, do you have your mascara? And she did. Thank God it was black. And in those days, a little brush, the women know what I'm talking about, a little brush. I spit in it. I blended and smeared it in his, no one ever knew I faked it. You do what you have to do. How I can't begin to tell you what happened to me for the next hour and a half, 2 hours, because I couldn't leave him, and I stood with him, and memories started flooding. I thought my heart and soul was rupturing.
I mean, Larry has a way, doesn't he? Oh my God, he knows how to put us there, put us in the room with Elvis. He knows how to make us feel what he felt. Yeah. So, such a special friend, Larry Geller, such a good friend, such a loyal friend. This is difficult, but it's also beautiful. It's also beautiful because it gives us a look, an inside look, a glimpse. Very special. Larry, be very proud of yourself. I'm going to send this video directly to Larry. I wonder if he'll respond to me. I hope he does. Larry, if you do watch this, I'm a big fan of yours. You have been such a loyal friend. It's obvious you made a massive difference to Elvis's life. He truly loved you. It was obvious. You obviously truly loved Elvis and Lisa. And you were a best friend, babe. You were a best friend. You were. Unfortunately, Elvis was let down by so many. Elvis was let down by the people that he trusted the most, which is heartbreaking for me, which is part of our channel, why we're called Defending Elvis. Because of how Elvis was let down, his image has been affected. And it's our job at Defending Elvis to try and put things right. Obviously, we are so fortunate that we have Donna Presley. Yeah. The queen of Defending Elvis. She has a fantastic channel, Defending Elvis, her cousin. Please subscribe to Donna Presley Official. And even Ginger, in her own way, has been reaching out to me and giving me some little tips concerning her time with Elvis in the last 9 months, concerning her feelings towards the people that let Elvis down. So I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate. We keep going, guys. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Defending Elvis. United to defend Elvis and the bloodline. I do want to defend all of the bloodline. All of them. I do. Yeah, so we will find a way. We will find a way forward. Even with the people that let Elvis down, close people to Elvis, close family members, we will find a way forward so we can somehow, in a forgiving way, defend all of Elvis's bloodline, no matter what happened, no matter what mistakes were made in the past. I think Elvis would want us to find a way. And I love the new name, Defending Elvis with a Forgiving Heart. It means everything to me. But this is a beautiful, beautiful interview or show. We're lucky to have this, aren't we? We're lucky that we can listen to Larry speak in this way about the man he loved, his friend, the man who, Elvis's personal hairdresser. Okay, guys, we've only got a minute left. Beautiful. I've got a couple of other things. I found a rare interview with Elvis when he first, I think it was when he first gets out of the army. I was going to play that. And I've got a Jerry Schilling interview that I want to play, quite an old, rare one as well. So we're going to discuss that. And so many other topics. And of course, we're going to take Ella for a walk as well. People seem to really enjoy the dog walk videos. I do. I love them. Yeah. So thanks, guys.
I can't go further with this with you right now. The funeral, at the end of the funeral, and I'll wrap this up. The ceremony's over. Elvis is in his casket. And Vernon Presley and myself, Joe Esposito, and Jerry Schilling, Sam Thompson, Dick Grobe, George Klein were standing there. The lid, and Robert Kendall, the guy from the home, he said, "I'm sorry, you guys, it's getting late. We have to close the casket." And Vernon screamed, "This is it, son. This is the final curtain." Joe Esposito took off Elvis's TCB diamond ring, handed it to Vernon, put it in his pocket.
See, I didn't know this. This is the first time I've ever heard this. Let me just rewind it slightly. This is the first. I didn't know this, that Vernon did that and what Joe did. Let's keep going.
"This is it, son. This is the final curtain." Joe Esposito took off Elvis's TCB diamond ring, handed it to Vernon, put it in his pocket. The lid's coming down and no one will ever see Elvis Presley. And I said to myself, this is it. You have to, Larry. You have to do this. I'm sitting right next to Vernon. I put my hand in on his forehead. And I closed my eyes, and I said something silently to myself and to Elvis. I pulled my hand out, the lid closed, and I wanted to be the last person to ever touch him. And I am.
Whew. Bloody hell, guys. Tough. But, you know, those last words from Vernon, didn't know that. Honestly, I didn't know that, guys. Very special. One of my most heart-wrenching videos I've made, actually. I wasn't expecting this. I only watched the first few minutes of it before I recorded this morning. It's very early in the morning, guys. It's 7:23 a.m. I can hear the kids are waking up. I can hear my wife walking around. So at any moment they're going to be here. But come on, guys. We must defend Elvis. Elvis does need defending. There's a lot more to come. We're still here. No one's shut us down yet. We could shut at any moment. But until we do, we will fight on. We will fight for the right to defend Elvis Presley as Elvis defenders, Elvis fans around the world. So thanks, guys. Gonna go in. Ella's here. Come on. Ella, come on. Ella, our beautiful Team Elvis member, Ella, is with us. Take care, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I thoroughly enjoyed it in an odd way, because it's bittersweet, isn't it? It's bittersweet. Okay, love you all, guys. Take care. See you soon.